I just took some 1/2-inch square stock and then drew it out and made it probably like go from like 3/8 down to like 1/4 inch. I'm gonna weld it together, like forge weld it.
I think it's awesome. It's where everything started. So it's pretty much, you know, if you think like all the way back, I don't know, I'm not a historian, but it's gotta be at least like 1,000, 2,000, maybe 3,000 years people have been blacksmithing and coppersmithing, making weapons and whatever they needed. So it's the origination of like all metalwork. So basically everything we do now, welding, everything is derived from that in some way. Every time you watch someone do anything, especially blacksmithing, you kind of just watch what they're doing and pick up little techniques on it. I've seen it done before and I know how to do it, but I haven't seen anyone in person kind of do the dimples where you put the rivets in. Because once you heat the metal, it's real hard to keep it centered because it wants to slide off and you can split the metal. So it's kind of cool to watch somebody actually do it so you don't, that was a good technique.
I always wanted to do a sissy bar with a grab handle, and I kind of like, I don't know, it's a good way to mount it. I think it's a good mix, like something that's like kind of ultra light race car aluminum riveted, heliarched, and then something that's like hot riveted, you know, forged iron into shape. I went to Israel almost 2 years ago and apprenticed with a man named Yuri Hoffi, and he's like probably one of the best in the world, so I can hear him yelling at me the whole time I was making that. I love that look with those rivets and those holes like that. Looks cool, huh? You guys feel like you learned some stuff? Wire and edge, riveting, gapping, using the shrinker. Got a pretty good range of skills in a couple days, yeah.
There's a lot of small things that I can apply to a lot of things I do every day. Using the shrinker and working against it, that was a cool one. Doing the wire edge is a good one. Just kind of little bit of everything. Like a little bit of each process is always good to do with someone else. And you know, like how fast he welded the fender, that's good to know. You know, like especially if you have like the tools and experience to straighten it out afterwards, you can go pretty fast. You know.
Good job, guys. Appreciate it, man. You did a great job. I think to realize that something that's this complicated, where guys with the vintage bike, like, you know, old school Harley, Chopper, you know, they'll search all over everywhere trying to buy the perfect fender and spend $400 for some welded up piece of that came off some Triumph on eBay that's like old school, you know, and like they'll have to put so much work in it to make it half cool when you could just make one that's 10 times better from scratch.
Found a way back into you. My eyes on fire, must be true.
just love that. It makes it look like it's like a million years old, you know? I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna put it back in the furnace and boil it so you can't see where I welded it, so it looks like one piece. Yeah, that just heated it up and squished them together. So like when the rivets go in and we squish it with all the rivets, then it holds it together tight and it kind of keeps it uniform. And so it's kind of cool to like, you know, help guys, you know, instead of just building the same that everybody else is, take it a step further and make it your own, you know, make your own sheet metal. And, you know, don't just buy a ribbed fender and a wassail tank, you know, go and make your own stuff. And then it's your own bike, you know. It's kind of what I started doing 20 years ago, is just like, I got tired of all the in the industry that there was available. So I just started making my own stuff, you know, and I still won't buy anything. I still want to make everything myself. Little Yuri Hoppy secret lacquer dye mix. Best thing to do, man. Those drill bits, like, once they catch rubber, there's nothing stopping them. So what I always do is like take a piece of metal and bend it and just put it underneath there if you're gonna drill a hole in a fender without taking it off or taking the tire off, because it never fails. If you don't do that, it'll catch and drill right through your new tire. That thing's strong, man. Don't take away just fenders and just making a fender. Okay, well, if I need a fender, now I can make it. No, I think that kind of curve and making those complex, you know, curves both ways, you know, that works for a lot of stuff and works for a lot of different applications. So I hope they can like visualize that technique and that process into other parts. Like Luke is working on that 37 Zephyr Dans right now, and he needs to make inner fender wells. And like, I didn't say anything to him yet, but I hope he realizes that he can use that technique to make a one-sided fender, to make those inner fender wells, no problem. If you like to do metal work and make stuff and you can find a connection with this, then do it. Nothing's gonna make you happier than to make something for yourself and be creative and be able to create something for yourself, you know, that's the ultimate feeling of like pride and freedom, is to like make yourself something and your hands made it. You didn't make money and buy it, no, you actually made it.